Hello, hello, it is the Trading Captain, and I'm currently sitting down $27.62. Now, I had only taken 2 trades today. The first one was quite a big loss, and I even recovered some of it. And I want to really focus on this one today because this was one where I made really what was an objective mistake and may have actually prevented this loss entirely. So let's go ahead and first look at the actual chart. We'll go ahead and switch over to ELAB so we can see what I traded. And this looks very nasty. The amount of rejection it's just horrible. So while this popped up and on news and was selling off, I was noticing how the volume was drying up. So I attempted for a bounce play here. And while we did get in a recovery and I was able to sell for a smaller loss, this really wasn't ideal. And whenever I was watching this later today, right, you think that this was bad, and then you just see how this continues to sell off later in the day. This really struck me as odd, especially because the volume was very low. So I went ahead and looked into the filings for the company, and this is something that really I need to be doing anytime I'm holding a trade for a longer period of time. Now, if I'm just jumping in and out, then I think it's totally reasonable that I don't need to look at the filings because realistically, I don't have time to. But if I'm holding a trade for more than a few minutes, or I'm planning to, like if the volume's drying up and I'm waiting for that low volume curl, I have time to look at the filings, and realistically, I should be doing that. So that was a pretty big mistake, and as you can see here from the prospectuses and registrations, they have a lot of them in a very short period of time, right? So this really would have been an immediate tell for me that, hey, this is a higher risk stock. You need to be more careful here. There is a higher chance of a hidden seller. I mean, you could, of course, you could in hindsight look at this and know that there was a hidden seller. But if you were trying to determine that before this move happened, like maybe say we just pulled back to flat on the day, right? You could say, okay, it just rolled over. And you could argue maybe there'd be a bounce here. But if you go to the filings and you see that there's a whole bunch of secondary offerings, there's a whole bunch of filings for repurchases or resales, and you can apply that, then you could maybe add an extra layer of protection to avoid what was an eventual very catastrophic dilution. So going forward, I'm going to try and do this more, at least whenever I'm holding for longer term moves. This could have helped me give me that extra bit of confidence to cut the trade early if I would have seen this. So that's something I want to really focus on going forward. I do want to just touch real briefly on NPT. This one I did trade. I had a beautiful entry on it in hindsight. I bought basically at the very, very bottom of this breakdown. But because of the ELAB trade, I was a bit on tilt. I was not really willing to give it any time to move at all. So even after just what was like 10 or 15 seconds of hesitation, I ended up cutting it for a small winner. And of course, after I did that, it ended up running, and I would have actually had a pretty good profit. It would have been like a $10, $15 winner. So that would have helped, but realistically, once I saw that I was too on tilt to where I was getting shaken out very easily, I figured that wasn't the right mental state to be trading in, so I just ended up walking away. It was near the end of the session anyway, but I just ultimately thought that it was not ideal to keep sticking around whenever I was in a potentially compromised state. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up the recap. Hope you found something helpful out of this, and I will be back tomorrow. Take care.